All right, so we're getting ready to spawn this to bulk. So following the recipe I gave you, that should be a good ratio for about a cup of grain spawn to the rest. And it should fit nicely in a regular gallon size bag. And again, we're just gonna tape it with micropore tape. Simple. Let's break this up. It's better to do it in the bag. Easy peasy. For lion's mane, this was really well colonized. Real white. Of course, when we mix it up, you don't see it that well anymore. But looks good. Look it over. There's no contamination anywhere. It's nice. Let's break it up. Again, try not to squish it too hard. This is not as bad as brown rice, which we have to be a lot more careful with. But still, just break it up and not squish it. Don't squish. All right, this is simple enough. Let's see if I got my recipe correct and it can all fit in here. We got our grain spawn that we broke up. Let's dump it in there. I guess the best way would be to mix it in the bag without using my hands. But that doesn't always work out for me. Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. I'll just do it this way. Oops. Gotta get down there real low. Pull it up so I can mix it and not leave these. I don't want to leave that without any grain. See, you gotta mix it all up. Common sense, but common sense ain't that common, so just letting you know. All right. So now, compress it, not too hard, but we do compress it to a little ball type of thing. That. And then, I know this is messy, but this doesn't need to be, just gonna clean it out a little bit. This doesn't need to be sterile conditions at all. At this point, I'm gonna scrape this off a little bit. And now take off my gloves because I gotta deal with the tape and I can't do it with gloves. So we're just gonna tape the top and set it as, label it, of course, label everything and set it aside. These have already been cleaned with alcohol, sanitized, not sterilized. I'm gonna close this first. Find my edge here, which is easier said than done sometimes. All right, done that. Remember, about halfway, make sure that the label's facing you, the taller side, which is the clear side, it's facing to the back. You're gonna hit it about halfway here. We've already discussed this ad nauseum. About halfway, that's fine. Fold it over, and I do it from the middle out. For some reason, it works better that way. Cut this off. You can do it with your fingers as well, if you don't want to use scissors. And then this is a little trick I like to do. You don't have to. I just stick my two fingers here. And then I can cut it down here. Cut it here in the middle. And I got two ready to go. That's just something I like to do. The other side. You guys know all this already. You do this because it can suck in air from here. And then open it up. Being careful not to rip the tape off, of course, as always. And careful that, make sure that this part separates. Because as you know, if this part stays stuck, even if you pulled it, if you open the zipper, but this part stays stuck like that, air is not coming in. So always make sure you see that separate right there. That all the way along, that's where the air exchange or venting is gonna come into play. And this is what it looks like. Set it aside. Luckily, it's a bit colder now because lion's mane likes it colder. Or so they say. So, after this is colonized completely, it goes into the fruiting chamber, which you will see next. So this was spawned to bulk on November 29. It is December 8, so that would be 9 days. It's pretty good. 9 days and it's ready to go. If you look at the top here, it's nice and white. And all around, it's nice and colonized. This is lion's mane, so it's not going to get all white. And then we're going to, oh, hold on. If I have it sealed, I can't fold it over, so I'll seal this little part after. I'm gonna do this, move this down, start taping around. We're supposed to tape it nice and tight. Now I'm gonna cut the slit. Clean this off. And look for the whitest part, which is here. Just gonna cut an X. I could do just one slit, but I like the X because it lets it flip open. See, it's gonna open like that. So we put it in this tub with perlite, like I showed you. This is where we cut the X. Everything looks good. So now we spray everything. You saw me get the perlite wet and drain out the excess water. Spray the top. I close the latches, flip it upside down, move it just a little bit because it's not giving me a lot of space here, so I'm just gonna move it this way a little bit. So that's what we got. Now we wait a couple weeks. Lion's mane is slow. I know I bitch about having patience, but man, I don't think I have the patience for growing lion's mane. We'll have to see. Hope we get a big old blob of mushroom. We'll see. Keep you posted. This one has been growing, but now it's showing that darker color. I'm waiting for it to get teeth because they're supposed to get these little teeth dangling things, which you're used to seeing with lion's mane. But so I don't know if it's going to continue to grow or not. This was a crazy experiment just using the grain bag. So it doesn't have any substrate at all. So, but since it wanted to grow, I wanted to test it. Oh, I think I got another one there. I'm gonna make a little slit here to see if that pops up. We'll see. Okay, so here's why I keep saying listen to the mycelium. I cut an X here, but it doesn't look like it's doing much. But then I noticed that I have some growth on the other side. So I cut a slit there. And I'm pretty sure this side is going to want to pin when this one just went dark. This is the fruiting chamber, and still we wait. See, this is so much simpler than that big old fruiting chamber tub. We got all sorts of stuff going on here. This is going to be the 4th flush of this lion's mane. It's great. These are new, super well colonized. These are even newer, so they're still starting out. But it's so much simpler. I don't know. I like this setup.